Lord Heavenly Father, thanks for this day. Thank you for everyone coming out tonight. Make sure to keep our players safe and Jesus' name, amen. Play ball!
Amen and welcome. This is Manta Sports Media presentation of 16th Region Baseball Action. This is Jeff the Mantis Irwin coming to you live here at West Carter High School today for the 16th Region matchup as we're going to be having the home team on the scoreboard, and that's going to be the West Carter Comets as they're going to be taking on, currently 3-4 on the season, as they're going to be taking on the visiting Rose Hill Royals, currently 4-7 on the season. And so if you were looking out the window earlier this morning, probably right around 10, 11 o'clock, you would have said there was no way in the world that we would be having baseball here this afternoon. But the sun is out. The skies are mostly, they're kind of a little bit clouded over, but you see some blue skies right behind it. And so we'll play the good old Blind Melon song, No Rain, for a while, and hopefully that it stays away here. But we're coming to you live here from West Carter for this 16th Region matchup. Of course, if you joined us last night, hopefully you got a good rest and everything else, because that was a doozy of a game, 38 runs altogether by both teams, as West Carter ended up dropping that one to Ashland Paul Blazer. But we should have hopefully a good matchup here today, and we'll start off here with the starting lineup for the Rose Hill Royals, as they'll be coming up to bat here shortly. We're going to be having at shortstop, batting first is going to be Pennington. At second base is going to be Stevens. Batting third at catcher is going to be Hensley. Batting fourth at first base is going to be C. Pennington. Batting fifth at third base is going to be Justice. At center field, batting sixth is going to be Crawford. At left field is going to be batting seventh is going to be Van Hoos. The pitcher this afternoon for the Royals is going to be Blevins. And then out in right field, batting ninth is going to be Logan. And so that's the starting lineup for the Rose Hill Royals. And we'll get with the West Carter Comets lineup here in between the break, in between the first and the second, or the top of the first. And the bottom of the first, as we have Jeff Winter behind the plate again here this afternoon. And so hopefully he's had his Wheaties here today because he had a doozy and a long night last night. And he'll be looking at trying to get things rolling on here this afternoon. And so as we're getting ready here to roll on, the pitcher here today for West Carter is going to be Sam Jones. And the first batter is going to be the shortstop, Pennington, and this is Luke Pennington from Rose Hill. First pitch to him is going to be high up in the zone, ball one. So 1-0 the count already here as Sam Jones getting the starting nod here for the Comets. Second one's going to be called, strike one, so 1-1 here to Pennington. Of course, we did have this time originally scheduled up for 5:30, but with possibility of rain, and also this is going to be a doubleheader here tonight, as the Comets are going to be taking on district opponent Morgan County a little bit later on. That one's going to be fouled out of play, and so it's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Pennington here in the top of the first inning. Jones looking for the sign, gets the pitch he wants. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and that's going to be fouled off and out of play again. So still 1-2 here to Pennington to start things off. As we said, it was about a 3-hour or 5-inning game last night for the Comets, as that third inning went on a long time, and that one's going to be popped up, and that is going to fall right into shallow right field. And so Pennington is going to get on base here to start things off for the Royals. And so that's going to be bringing up James Stevenson, Stevens, the second baseman here for Rose Hill. Jones checks the runner at first from the stretch. And that one's hit to shortstop, and that's going to make it through the gap, and so that is going to be a single. So back-to-back singles for the Royals to start things off as Stevens hits that straight through the gap between shortstop and third base. And so there will be runners on first and second here for the Royals here in the top of the first inning. Batting third here for the Royals is going to be Cody Hensley, the catcher. For as much rain that fell this afternoon, the West Carter Comets definitely did a good job in taking care of this field and getting it ready here for this afternoon. Here's the pitch, and faked a bunt, and that's going to be ball one. Here to Hensley. Pennington slipped a little bit. Hedge could have got a thrown off there, but held him at the base anyway. That's going to be a strike two as he missed on the bunt attempt. And so it's 1-1 here to Hensley, still in the top of the first inning. And now Hedge is going out to talk to his hurler. So 1 ball, 1 strike here to Hensley. Runners on first and second for the Rose Hill Royals. Comets looking to get back to 500 on the season. As we said, 3-4 on the season. There's a bunt attempt. Jones goes. Nobody's at first there to pick it up, and so that will be an E1 against Lambert as he was cutting in. I think he thought Jones was going to try to run it in himself, but that ends up getting the bases loaded here for the Royals. And we have a pinch runner coming in, number 3, coming in now for the Rose Hill Royals. So that's the third hit for Rose Hill in the first inning. First pitch in, and that's going to be called strike one here to now we have Chase Pennington up to bat. So 0-1 to him. Bases loaded with Royals. That's going to be inside, ball one. Of course, last night, watching with us in that third inning, of course, a very long third inning for both teams, ended up seeing 2 grand slams, one by West Carter Comet Trevor Callahan as he picked up the dinger here last night. That one's going to be low and inside, so it's going to be 2 balls, 1 strike here to Chase Pennington. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and that's going to be hit right up the middle, and that's going to score 1 for Rose Hill. And they're going to try to take it in, and that is end up going to score 2. So 2 runs come in for the Royals as that was a good hit just right into shallow left center. So that's going to be a single for Pennington as Pennington advances home and Stevens advances to home base on the single by Pennington, and Hensley heads over to third base on the batted ball. And so the Rose Hill Royals strike first here, now lead the Comets 2-0. And that's going to be called strike one, and they're going to try to get the runner at second. And lucky shot as they tried to get it over, tried to look at the second base and ended up throwing it to third after they knew they couldn't get the out at second, and looked like the baseman coach for Rose Hill helped to stop the play from developing any further. So that's going to be a steal by Chase Pennington. And second one is a swing and a miss, strike 2. So runners on second and third. 0-2 here to Justice. This is Ian Justice batting fifth. And that one's going to be in the dirt. And they're going to hold them there at second and third. And so that'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Justice, still in the top of the first inning. Wes Carter hasn't gotten anybody out just yet. Jones looking in for the sign. Get what he wants. The 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be fouled off, and so that's going to be still 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Ian Justice, the third baseman for Rose Hill. Of course, Sam Jones moving a little bit around this year. Started out a little bit early, and that's going to be fouled down the first base line. But started out this year behind the plate. Ended up getting moved out to, believe it was either second base or he was out in the outfield for a little bit last night. And now getting the call to pitch here this afternoon. And that's going to be a bit low. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Justice in the top of the first inning. The 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be called strike 3. And so Sam Jones gets his first strikeout of the afternoon against Justice. Catches him looking, and that is going to be it for Justice. And that'll be 1 out here for the Royals. And that's now going to be bringing up the center fielder, number 36, Crawford. And that's a bunt attempt. And so they're going to get interference against the third baseman as the ball was dropped. He tried coming in, so that will count as a strike on the failed bunt attempt. Yeah, it was interference. The batter was in the lineup. Hedge couldn't throw the ball down, so so that was batter interference there. And so Wes Carter now with 2 away. That hit towards second base, and that is going to put it away here for Rose Hill. As Crawford gets that one, hits that one over toward Rowe. And Rowe gets the ground out here for the 4-3 third out for the Wes Carter Comets. So that is going to be 2 runs off of 4 hits for Rose Hill in the top of the first. We'll take a brief commercial break, and we'll be back here momentarily. You're watching 16th Region Baseball action live here on Mantis Sports Media. The drive-in has the food to get your day started. Donuts and hot coffee to mouth-watering burgers and a cold marshmallow Coke, made from natural and locally sourced ingredients. Be sure to keep an eye out for our food truck coming to a town near you. And don't forget that the sun is always out at Beach Buns Tanning. With locations at Olive Hill, Grayson, Moorhead, and Mount Sterling, we have the tanning options and lotions to give you that sun-kissed look all year round. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. Beach Buns Tanning and the Drive-In are proud supporters of local high school sports.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com. And we're back here at West Carter. This is a Manta Sports Media presentation, and so we're going to be taking a look at the starting lineup here for the West Carter Comets. As we take a look, of course, Sam Jones is going to be leading off here this afternoon. He's currently through one inning of pitching. Then batting second is going to be Caleb Lambert, the first baseman. Trevor Callahan is going to be batting third at shortstop, and then batting fourth is going to be Noah Hicks, as he's going to be batting for Caden Wilson. Noah Hicks is the designated hitter, and Caden Wilson will be out in right field. Batting fifth is going to be the left fielder, Hunter Sammons, and then batting sixth is going to be the center fielder, Cade Carter, and then batting seventh is going to be Dylan Rowe, the second baseman. Batting eighth is going to be the third baseman, Lucas Rayburn, and then batting ninth is going to be the catcher, Corey Hedge. And so that is our lineups here this afternoon. And so as we get ready here to see the Comets first at bat here this afternoon, down 2 runs early on here in this game, but hoping to hold out here and maybe try to get some runs. They'd love to get a couple more home runs like they did last night. So first pitch here to Jones, and that's going to put him on first base as we have a hits batsman once again. Of course, last night, that was definitely the name of the game. Last night was, I think we had 10 hits batsmen all night between both teams. I think 3 West Carter Comet players ended up getting beamed in the helmet. One of them, I think it was Wagner, was a little bit more serious. He had to come out for just a little bit, but hopefully he's doing all right here today. As that's going to be a called strike 1 here to Lambert, the first baseman, but that is going to advance up Jones here to second base with the stolen base. So it's going to be 0-1 here to Lambert. Throwing back at second base, and Jones gets back in the nick of time. As we said, Blevins is going to be pitching here this afternoon for the Royals. Sam Jones, pretty good leadoff here at second. And that's going to be high up in the zone. And so that's going to be 1 ball, 1 strike here to Caleb Lambert. Checks the runner at second. The 1-1 pitch. And that's going to be outside the plate, so that's going to be 2 balls, 1 strike here to Caleb Lambert. We're in the bottom of the first inning. And that's a hit towards second base. They're going to see if we can try to get Lambert out, and they get him out at first, but Jones advances over to third base on the play. And so that's going to be bringing up Callahan here this afternoon for his first at bat. As we mentioned yesterday, had a grand slam home run. And there's a hit, but I believe this one's going to be out of play, so that's going to be a foul down the third base line. So Callahan falling behind just a little bit. No balls, 1 strike, and that one hit to center field, and that is going to be over top of his head, and this is going to be extra bases. Jones is going to score, and Callahan watching the ball roll in, and nobody's there to pick it up, and Callahan ends up picking up a triple after hitting it to deep center field. So good hit by Callahan to bring in Jones, and Callahan picks up a triple here this afternoon and cuts the Rose Hill lead in half. And so that's going to be bringing up Noah Hicks here, batting in the designated hitter spot with Callahan at third base. First pitch to Hicks. That's going to be just a touch high, so ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that's going to be hit up towards second base. And that's going to hit through the gap, and so Callahan will score, and so Hicks makes it through the second baseman, and that will score another run for the Comets. And so we are tied up once again here at 2-2 in the first inning. And so that's going to be bringing up Hunter Salmons to the plate. One out for the Comets, and he's going to be hitting it. That's a pop-up towards right field. And Hicks definitely had a little bit of speed that time. He made it to second base just about, but after the catch, that was he had to quickly make it back into first, and so he has made it back safe, and so that's going to be 2 away here for the Comets here in the bottom of the first inning. And that's going to be bringing up Carter now, the center fielder, to bat now for Wes Carter. And that is going to be a called strike, and they're going to go ahead and let Hicks roll on. So that's another stolen base for the Comets here. Has got Carter looking at the first strike. Hicks gets a stolen base and is now on second. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So Carter falls down quickly here in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Shakes off the first pitch. Checks the runner. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And that's going to be in the dirt, ball 1, and Hicks is going to make it over toward third base. So Hicks is knocking on the door of another common run that would put the Comets ahead. But they do have 2 outs here in this bottom of the first inning. Blevins with the sign. The 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be hit right up toward Blevins, and that goes straight through his glove, and the West Carter Comets are going to take the lead off of the Carter single. For a second there, I thought Blevins had it in his glove, but it just went right over top. And so the Comets take the lead here in the bottom of the first inning, 3-2. And that's going to be bringing up Dylan Rowe up to the plate. Normally plays third base, but has been moved over to second base here for tonight. Of course, doubleheader, we're probably going to see a lot of different plays. And that one, throw to second to try to get the batter. We're going to have a play here at third, but he went ahead just as steps off the plate or off the base, and we are good to go. And so that is going to put Carter over at third base with the first pitch to Rowe being a ball. And then a pass ball here, and Carter's going to run it in and score another run here for Wes Carter. So it's going to be 2 balls, no strikes here to Rowe, and bases have been cleared out. There's a hit right up the middle, and so Rowe's got himself a single here this afternoon. So that'll be a runner on first base, still 2 outs, and here's Lucas Rayburn up to bat now for Wes Carter. Getting the first baseman in the right position. He was outside the field, and umpire Winter reminded him to get back in play. That's going to be a called strike, and we'll see if Rowe makes it in, and he's got a stolen base here this afternoon. So Rayburn looking at strike one, but Rowe takes advantage of it and barely beats out the throw here to second base for his first stolen base here of the afternoon. And that's going to be a little bit of a bouncer down the first base line, and they're going to go ahead and get Rayburn out at first. And so that is going to be it for the Comets here in the first inning. And we'll get the stats here as the program, of course, the program mostly being me, a little bit slower this afternoon. But that is going to be 4 runs off of 4 hits here for the Comets, taking the lead from Rose Hill. So they lead now 4-2 going into the top of the second inning. So we'll be back here momentarily. You're watching 16th Region Baseball action live here on Manta Sports Media. Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
The next time you are in Mount Sterling, take the short drive out to Cecilia's Country Market, Maysville Road, for some good home cooking, one of the area's best breakfasts, and daily lunch specials, all at affordable prices. Competitive gas and diesel prices, with the little items we all need every day, all in one place. Open from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. That's Cecilia's Country Market, 4100 Maysville Road, Mount Sterling, Kentucky, right next to the world-famous Judy Drive-In.
To look your best on game day or on any other day, head to Stylish Stitches at 115 Mill Street in Olive Hill for all your high school, collegiate, and custom apparel needs. They are also the place for custom gifts and embroidery. And when you need to refuel, head to Henry's at 530 Tom T. Hall Boulevard. Whether it's Taco Tuesday, Fish Fry Friday, or juicy steaks and burgers any other day of the week, Henry's is there for the area's best food, drinks, and entertainment. Be sure to check us out on Facebook for specials or to order online. Stylish Stitches and Henry's are proud supporters of local high school sports.
I'm Governor Andy Beshear. What if you had COVID-19 and didn't know it? Imagine unknowingly spreading it. No one wants that. So wear a mask. Do it for your family. Do it for our economy. Do it for your own health.
And back here live at West Carter High School, where West Carter currently leads the Rose Hill Royals 4-2 here at the top of the second inning, and that's going to be bringing up Van Hoos, Blevins, and Logan up to bat. And that's going to be inside here to Van Hoos, so ball one to start things out. And John Van Hoos, the left fielder here for Rose Hill. Second pitch to him, that's going to be a little bit of a chopper. Jones makes over to it and see if he can get the play at first, and he does. And so that's going to be one away here for West Carter in the top of the second inning. And so that's going to be bringing up the pitcher now, Blevins, up to bat for Rose Hill. Of course, in that first inning, both Rose Hill and West Carter ended up with 4 hits each. West Carter just getting more production off of that. Ended up with 4 runs off of those 4 hits. First pitch in here to Blevins is going to be a called strike, and so Sam Jones quickly gets ahead here on the count. And very close inside, so that's going to be 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that's going to be swung on and fouled off. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Blevins here in the top of the second inning. Comets already have 1 away. Jones looking in for the sign, gets what he wants, the 1-2 pitch, and that's going to be inside. So count evened up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. And some fancy hip movement there prevents the hit batsman. And so Jones gets him up to a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes here in the top of the second inning. And that's going to be fouled up over the netting. And so Blevins keeps himself alive here. So the 3-2 pitch once again here by Jones. And that's going to be ball 4. So first walk this afternoon here by Sam Jones. Gets Blevins down to first base. And that's going to be bringing up the right fielder, Logan. So batting in the nice spot here, Logan. Sam Jones chasing back over Blevins to first base as he was leading off. Wes Carter really could use a double play right about here. Chases him back once again. Made it just in time. Now the first pitch here is going to be called strike 1 here to Logan. And that's going to be fouled up and just over the netting here. So Logan drops down to the count. No balls, 2 strikes here to Jones. And would like to thank Shirley Irwin once again for donating some stars here this afternoon. Definitely do appreciate that. And Blevins going to be heading on, and this is going to be close, but can't get the ball to Callahan in time. And so that's going to be a steal by Blevins. Good to see Deborah Webb on tonight here as well. Don't forget to like and share our page here. Definitely like to see who all's out there this afternoon and watching our broadcast here as we're in our first baseball season. And Jones gets him swinging, and so that's going to be 2 away here for the Comets, and Jones picks up his second strikeout here of the afternoon. And that's going to be bringing up now the top of the lineup, and this is going to be Pennington. He's 1 for 1 the afternoon as he singled to right. And that's going to be pitched inside, so 1 ball, no strikes here to Pennington. Checks the runner at second. Delivers. And that's going to be fouled off, so that's going to be 1-1 now here to Pennington. As Comets have 2 away here in the top of the second inning. The 1-1 pitch. That's going to be inside, so 2 balls, 1 strike. That was Jones' 36th pitch here so far the afternoon. 14 balls, 22 strikes. And that one's going to be in the dirt, ball 3. So Jones got to get this one down the middle this time. Three balls, 1 strike here to the shortstop. And that's going to be ball 4, and we got a play at third, but not in time. And so Blevins will make it over on the steal, but Pennington ends up walking, and so that will put runners on the corners here for Rose Hill. And so Pennington trying to take a second and trying to get it back at home, and that is going to be a score for Rose Hill. Pennington's going to head over to third base. Yeah, I think that's going to be strike one. We was contemplating it here what was the call there, but through that one, that's going to get in on the pass ball. Blevins is going to score. And so it's going to be 1 ball, 1 strike with runners on the corners. Or, excuse me, runner just at third base. And that one's going to be hit to first base. Lambert gets it and tags up. So the runner does not score on there, and that's going to be it for Rose Hill here in the top of the second inning. Rose Hill picks up a run, and it is West Carter 4, Rose Hill 3. We'll be back here and momentarily. You're watching 16th Region baseball action live here on the Manta Sports Media Network.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 110,000 participants here in Kentucky who take part in high school sports.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great. Participate!
The Drive-In has the food to get your day started the right way. From delicious donuts and hot coffee to mouth-watering burgers and a cold marshmallow Coke, made from natural and locally sourced ingredients. Be sure to keep an eye out for our food truck coming to a town near you. And don't forget that the sun is always out at Beach Buns Tanning. With locations at Olive Hill, Grayson, Moorhead, and Mount Sterling, we have the tanning options and lotions to give you that sun-kissed look all year round. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. Beach Buns Tanning and the Drive-In are proud supporters of local high school sports.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
And back here at West Carter, where Corey Hedge is up to bat and is already one ball, no strikes to him here in the bottom of the second inning. Second pitch to him, that's going to be fouled off, so 1 ball, 1 strike here to Corey Hedge. Hedge in the last couple of games just taking his position here behind home plate. Was out in the outfield the first part of the season, but now starting to come in. That's going to be popped up to left field, and that is going to be one away here for the Comets as Hedge pops out to Van Hoos. And so that's going to bring up the top of the lineup here for the Comets, and Sam Jones up to bat now. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning, and ended up picking up a run and a stolen base, as first pitch to him is going to be called strike. Second pitch, it's going to be strike 2 on the swing. So Jones falling down a little bit early in the count. 0-2 here to Blevins. And that's going to be fouled off as Jones keeps himself alive by hitting it down the third base line. No balls, 2 strikes here to Sam Jones, the pitcher. And that one's going to be fouled up and out of play over top the netting, so that's still going to be 0-2 here to Sam Jones. As we mentioned, this is going to be part of a doubleheader this afternoon, as Morgan County should be rolling into town after this game. I'm sure there'll be a little bit of a delay, and then we'll be getting right back on the air as we get everything all reset and set back up for the second game this afternoon. And that one fouled once again down the third base line. So Sam Jones still hanging on. No balls, 2 strikes. And that one's going to be hit towards center field, and that is going to be caught. And so that's going to be 2 away here for the Comets, as Crawford nails that one out in center field. And that's going to be bringing up the first baseman, Caleb Lambert. He's 0 for 1 today, grounded out to second in his first at bat in the first inning. First pitch to him is going to be called strike 1. Of course, Wes Carter on a 2-game losing streak so far, hoping to get things turned around, as that's a swing and a miss, strike 2. Lambert falls down early in the count. Of course, before that, the Comets were on a 2-game winning streak, defeating Elliott County. Of course, that was after a 13-game or 11-game layoff, as that one hit to left field, and that's going to be 1-2-3 inning here for Rose Hill, as Lambert puts that one over to Van Hoos, and that is going to be it for the Comets. So that's going to be no runs off of no hits, no errors for Rose Hill. And so that'll be bringing up Hensley, Pennington, and Justice up to bat for the Royals. So we'll be back here momentarily. You're watching 16th Region baseball action live here on Manta Sports Media Network. The Drive-In has the food to get your day started the right way. From delicious donuts and hot coffee to mouth-watering burgers and a cold marshmallow Coke, made from natural and locally sourced ingredients. Be sure to keep an eye out for our food truck coming to a town near you. And don't forget that the sun is always out at Beach Buns Tanning. With locations at Olive Hill, Grayson, Moorhead, and Mount Sterling, we have the tanning options and lotions to give you that sun-kissed look all year round. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. Beach Buns Tanning and the Drive-In are proud supporters of local high school sports.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
I'm Governor Andy Beshear. What if you had COVID-19 and didn't know it? Imagine unknowingly spreading it. No one wants that. So wear a mask. Do it for your family. Do it for our economy. Do it for your own health.
And so here we are, top of the third inning, as it's going to be Hensley Pennington Justice for Rose Hill. Sam Jones still on the mound, only giving up 3 runs off of 4 hits. And that's going to be inside, ball 1 here to Hensley. Hensley had a single earlier on, got that on the infield on a bunt, had it to the catcher, but couldn't get it just in time. That one's going to be in the dirt just right in front of the plate, so that's going to be 2 balls, no strikes here to Hensley. So he is 1 for 1 here on the afternoon. Comets still holding on to a 1-run lead here in the top of the third inning. That's going to be outside, ball 3. Here's the 3-0 pitch, and that's going to be right up, and good nab there by Sam Jones, as it was a bullet right back up to him, and he makes the nab, and so that is going to be 1 away here for Rose Hill, and that's going to be bringing up the first baseman, Pennington. He's 1 for 1 today, singled out to left center in his first at bat. Picked up 2 RBIs and also has a stolen base. First one catches the outside corner, and so that's going to be strike 1 here to Pennington to start things out. And this is Chase Pennington, by the way. And that's going to be over his back, and so that'll be 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And that's going to be a little bit high inside, so 2 balls, 1 strike to Pennington. That was Jones' 48th pitch, 22 balls, 26 strikes so far in the afternoon. That's going to be a bit high, ball 3. Of course, only a few more weeks of the season left and the school year left, as we're getting into 3 full weeks and 3 days left to go. Of course, anybody knows there's a hit toward the gap in between at short, and so that is going to be a single for Pennington. Of course, anybody says, with the teacher, they know exactly how many days it is toward the end of the school year, but it's one of those things after this kind of year, anybody be glad to have a little bit of R&R this year. So that's going to be bringing up the third baseman, Justice. He's 0 for 1 today. Had striked out, and that's about almost an identical hit up the gap, and so that's going to be another single for Rose Hill. So Pennington's going to be out going to be on second base. Justice with the single at first. And that's going to be bringing up the center fielder here, Crawford. He's 0 for 1 today, grounded out to second in the first inning. Number 36. Comets have 1 away here in the top of the third inning. And there's a bunt, and that is going to roll just foul. I've seen major leaguers before, especially on that AstroTurf and everything, get down and try to blow the ball across the line, but that doesn't work out too well here on this natural field surface. As the runners taking back to their first and second base positions. Jones checking the runner at second. Another bunted tip. This time it is going to be there, and they're going to turn. Lambert gets it over to Rowe, and that's going to be 2 away here for the Royals. The other runners do advance to second and third. And that's going to be bringing up Van Hoos to the plate with 2 outs here for the Royals. He's 0 for 1 today. He grounded out to the pitcher in the second inning. Steps out of the box. Jones ready to deliver. That's going to be inside. Catches the inside corner, and that's going to be strike 1 here to Van Hoos. Justice at second, Pennington at third for Rose Hill. So 2 in scoring position for the Royals. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes here to Van Hoos. Jones with the pitch. And that's going to be hit to short. They're going to try to get the play over at first and got him in time. And so that's going to be it for the Royals, as that's going to be a 6-3 out for Rose Hill. And so that's going to be no runs off of 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base for Rose Hill in the top of the third inning. And so coming up to bat for the Comets is going to be the shortstop Callahan, Hicks, and then Sammons. So we'll be back here momentarily. You're watching 16th Region Baseball action live here on Mantis Sports Media Network. Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com. To look your best on game day or on any other day, head to Stylish Stitches at 115 Mill Street in Olive Hill for all your high school, collegiate, and custom apparel needs. They are also the place for custom gifts and embroidery. And when you need to refuel, head to Henry's at 530 Tom T. Hall Boulevard. Whether it's Taco Tuesday, Fish Fry Friday, or juicy steaks and burgers any other day of the week, Henry's is there for the area's best food, drinks, and entertainment. Be sure to check us out on Facebook for specials or to order online. Stylish Stitches and Henry's are proud supporters of local high school sports.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family.
And sorry to cut that PSA off just a little bit short, but Trevor Callahan's up to bat. First hit to him is going to be popped up and out of play, and so that'll be strike 1 to Callahan. Of course, he tripled in the first inning, picked up 3 RBI, or he had a triple and picked up an RBI, and also got a run in that first inning as well. Nice little movement there, prevents the hit batsman, and so that's going to be 1 ball, 1 strike here to Callahan. And that's going to be in the dirt, ball 2. Of course, last night you can definitely tell after Callahan made contact on that grand slam that he knew he had it. He flipped the bat over to the dugout, and he knew he had that one all the way. And that's a nicely hit to center field as that's going back, and that's going to be over top of Crawford's head. Callahan's going to be holding up at second, so he has got a triple and a double here on the afternoon as he gets that one to the warning track for Wes Carter. And so that's going to be bringing up Noah Hicks up to bat for the Comets. He's 1 for 1 today, single to right center, picked up an RBI on a run, and also had 2 stolen bases in that first inning as well. Checks the runner. Callahan makes it back in time, standing. First pitch here to Hicks, and that's going to be a missed bunt attempt, and so it's going to be strike one. Blevins looking in for the sign. Steps off the mound, chases Callahan back to second. Callahan definitely threatening out with a large lead from second base. And he's going to be going. There's the bunt attempt by Hicks. That's a good squeeze play. They're going to try to get him at first, and he is safe. So good bunt attempt there by Hicks. Callahan makes it over to third base, and Hicks will be at first. And that's going to be bringing up Hunter Sammons now up to bat for Wes Carter. He's 0 for 1 today as he popped out to second in the first inning. So runners at first and second, nobody out for Wes Carter. And Hicks takes a huge lead, but that is over the fence here in just over top of the dugout, so that's a long strike one here for Sammons. So 0-1 to Sammons, and they're going to hold him there as a good stop there by Hensley. So that's going to be 1 ball, 1 strike here to Sammons. That was Blevins' 36th pitch, 11 balls, 25 strikes thrown to the Comets so far. And they're going to try to get him, they fake the throw to second, try to get Callahan at third, but no go. And so Hicks ends up with the stolen base as that's going to be 2 balls, 1 strike here to Sammons. And that's going to be outside, so 3-1. Blevins in a little bit of a bind at the moment. Down in the count here to Sammons with 2 Comets in scoring position. And that's going to be called strike 2, so full count here to Hunter Sammons. Runners take their leads. Blevins looking in, and here's the 3-2 pitch, and that is a hit, and that is going to be good as it's right over top the shortstop. And that's going to bring 2 in for Wes Carter. So Hunter Sammons picks up 2 RBIs, and the Comets pick up 2 more runs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So that was a nice single by Sammons after getting to a full count. And that's going to be bringing up Carter now, the center fielder. He's 1 for 1 today. Singled to center in the first inning. Picked up an RBI, a run, and a stolen base. And Hunter Sammons going to try to get one of his own and is successful. So first pitch to Carter is going to be a ball. But Sammons takes off and picks up another stolen base here on the afternoon. So 1 ball, no strikes. Showing bunt, but that one's outside of the plate. So that's going to be 2 balls, no strikes here to Carter. Checks the runner at second. Chases Salmons back. He's back in with a head-first slide. Bless you. Checks Salmons again at second. Delivers in, and that is going to be a tight squeeze there, and that is a fair ball. And so that's going to put runners at the corners for the Comets. As Carter showed bunt and ended up bunting on the squeeze play. So Salmons makes it over to third base. Carter's at first, and that's going to be bringing up Dylan Rowe to the plate. And looks like we're going to get a little bit of change in personnel as the Royals are going to be bringing in another, or maybe a relief hitter. Blevins pitched it out, or threw it out to what it looked like Pennington, but it looks like it's a meeting at the mound at the moment. And they are going to go with the change here. As, yes, that's going to be it for Blevins today with 43 pitches on the afternoon, 15 balls, 28 strikes. And so number 4, Pennington, is going to be coming in to relieve Blevins. And Blevins going to head to shortstop, or looks like he's going to be at second base. And they're going to be bringing Stevens over to short. So Blevins end up giving 6 runs to the Comets, 2 in this inning alone. And so while he's warming up, we'll take a brief break here. You're watching 16th Region Baseball action live here on Mantis Sports Media. The Drive-In has the food to get your day started the right way. From delicious donuts and hot coffee to mouth-watering burgers and a cold marshmallow Coke, made from natural and locally sourced ingredients. Be sure to keep an eye out for our food truck coming to a town near you. And don't forget that the sun is always out at Beach Buns Tanning. With locations at Olive Hill, Grayson, Moorhead, and Mount Sterling, we have the tanning options and lotions to give you that sun-kissed look all year round. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. Beach Buns Tanning and the Drive-In are proud supporters of local high school sports. All righty, warm-up pitches are over, and Dylan Rowe's coming up to the plate. He's 1 for 1 on the afternoon as he had a nice hit to center field, short center field for a single. So no outs for the Comets, runners on the corners. And this is going to be Pennington's first pitch. Of course, chases the runners back to first and third. Takes a look in now. Checks the runner at first. Checks the runner at third. Now the first delivery, and that is going to be a ball. Runners stay put at first and third. Of course, Rowe had a stolen base there in the first inning as well. And that's going to be called strike 1 as they quickly get that ball back to first base. So 1-1 here to Rowe. Carter going to go ahead and go, and they might have him in a little bit of a pickle. So he's worming his way back, and they're going to let him go ahead and try to go on, fake the throw, as Salmons started inching toward home base or home plate looking for the run, but they're just going to go ahead and chase Cade Carter back to first. Here's the 1-1. Carter's going to be going. That's going to be a pass ball, and looks like that's going to score Salmons. And Carter looking for a little bit more, but ends up holding it out at second base. And so that makes our score 7-3. Comets on top with 2 balls, 1 strike here to row. And that's going to be a hit toward first baseline. They're going to get Rowe out at first. But Carter's going to move on over toward third base. And that's going to be bringing up the third baseman, Lucas Rayburn. He's 0 for 1 today as he grounded out to the pitcher in the first inning. First pitch to him's inside, catches the corner of the plate, strike 1. As Wes Carter has a runner in scoring position on third base. There's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 2. So Rayburn falling behind to Pennington. No balls, 2 strikes. Carter on third base. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and that one's going to be in the dirt. So 1-2 to Rayburn. So far, Wes Carter with 7 runs on the afternoon off of 8 hits. And Rayburn hits that one to shortstop. That's going to score 1, and they're going to get him out at first. So that's going to be a 6-3 out for Rayburn, but ends up picking up the RBI. As Carter advances in, and so base is going to be empty here for Corey Hedge. Now up to bat for Wes Carter. He's 0 for 1 today as he flied out to left in the second inning. First pitch to him, and that's going to be foul ball as he was going up for the bunt, and the ball just placed right in between his hands. So 0-1, 2 outs still in the bottom of the third inning. And that's going to be outside. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Hedge. And third pitch is going to be a called strike. And thank you to Julie Perry for sending in some stars here this afternoon. That definitely goes to help out here us this season. And that's going to be a swing and a miss as that's going to let Hedge head on down to third base. So on a dropped third strike, so drop third strike and ends up safe at first. And that's going to be bringing up the top of the lineup again, Jones, as first pitch to him is fouled off. Yes, thank you, Julie Perry, for those stars. Definitely do appreciate that. As Jones fouls the ball off a couple times, we're back here once again. And that's going to be fouled once again here to Jones. Still 0-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Wes Carter picking up 4 runs so far. Jones keeping himself alive. This is the 5th pitch to him so far. And that's going to be just outside. They're going to run that one down. So that's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Jones. And that's going to be swing and a miss, strike 3. So Jones goes down swinging here to finish things out for the Comets. And so that was 4 runs off of 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base by the Comets as we're heading into the top of the 4th inning. Wes Carter with a good lead, 8-3. And so we'll be back here momentarily. You're watching 16th Region baseball action live here on Mantis Sports Media.
The drive-in has
the food to get your day started the right way.
From delicious donuts and hot coffee to mouth-watering burgers and a cold marshmallow coat. Made from natural and locally sourced ingredients. Be sure to keep an eye out for our food truck coming to a town near you. And don't forget that the sun is always out at Beach Buns Tanning. With locations at Olive Hill, Grayson, Moorhead, and Mount Sterling. We have the tanning options and lotions to give you that sun-kissed look all year round. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. Beach Buns Tanning and the Drive-In are proud supporters of local high school sports.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky. For all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate!
And back here at Wes Carter heading into the top of the 4th inning. And speaking of the 4th, it is, if you're a Star Wars fan, today is May the 4th, and so may the 4th be with you. I think on TBS they got the Star Wars, I think they're showing every Star Wars that they possibly can out there this afternoon, definitely for May the 4th activities. If you're in the Grayson or Moorhead area, stop by and get you a free taco at Taco Bell, as it is Taco Moon May the 4th there as well. Sam Jones still on the mound, and coming up is going to be the second baseman, Blevins. And first pitch is going to be inside to him. He walked in the 2nd inning. Second pitch, it's going to be a swing and a miss. So 1 ball, 1 strike here to Blevins in the top of the 4th inning. Jones with 58 pitches so far on the afternoon, doing pretty well. 24 balls, 34 strikes. Count that 35 strikes as Blevins gets down in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be a swing, and Jones picks up another strikeout here this afternoon for Wes Carter. So that's going to be 1 away here for Rose Hill, and coming up to the plate now is going to be the right fielder, number 42, Logan. So far, Jones this afternoon has 3 strikeouts. And first pitch here to Logan is going to be a ball. Logan struck out in the 2nd inning, so he's 0 for 1 on the day. That's going to be fouled off down the 3rd base line, so 1-1. So Wes Carter having a pretty good afternoon so far here. Hopefully this will kind of be a tale of the district matchup that's going to be played right after this one. That's going to be high up in the zone, so that's going to be 2 balls, 1 strike here to Logan. And there's a hit toward shortstop. Callahan gets it over to first and stretches out is Lambert, and that's going to be 2 away here for Rose Hill. 6-3 out, and that's going to be bringing up the top of the order once again here for Rose Hill, and that's going to be Pennington, the pitcher. He's 1 for 1 today as he got a single in the 1st inning and then walked in the 2nd inning. He's got a run on the afternoon as well. That first pitch to him is going to be inside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And barely misses a little bit low, so it's going to be 2 balls, no strikes to Pennington. That was the 66 pitch by Jones. 28 balls, 38 strikes so far in the afternoon. And that one misses just a bit high, so Jones falls down in the count. 3 balls, no strikes. 2 outs for the Comets. And that's going to be a hit, a little chopper down the 3rd base line, but that one heads up foul. So 3-1 here to Pennington. And that one fouled off once again, so 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count. Jones would like to try to finish this inning out right here. And that's going to be ball 4, so picks up another walk here on the afternoon. As he walks the leadoff batter, and so that's going to be bringing up the shortstop, Stevens, number 14. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a single and then grounded out to first in the 2nd inning. Also has a run. That one's a hit, and that's going to be right through the gap there, and so that is going to be a single there for Stevens. So on the first pitch, puts it right in between Lambert and Rowe. So that'll be runners on first and second, and coming up to the plate now is going to be the catcher, Hensley. He's 1 for 2 today with a single in the first, and then had that great grab a little bit earlier by Sam Jones as hit it straight back up the middle, and Jones stuck out that paw and nabbed the ball. And that hit's going to be toward third base. Rayburn gets a hold of it and gets it over to Lambert, and that's going to be it for Rose Hill here in the fourth inning. So Jones holds them scoreless in that fourth inning, gave up only one hit, and Rose Hill left 2 on base. So we're heading into the bottom of the fourth inning. The Comets still lead here 8-3. So we will be back here momentarily. You're watching 16th Region baseball action live here on the Manta Sports Media Network. Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
The next time you are in Mount Sterling, take the short drive out to Cecilia's Country Market at Road for some good home cooking, one of the area's best breakfasts, and daily lunch specials, all at affordable prices. Competitive gas and diesel prices, with the little items we all need every day, all in one place. Open from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. That's Cecilia's Country Market, 4100 Maysville Road, Mount Sterling, Kentucky, right next to the world-famous Judy Drive-In.
To look your best on game day or on any other day, head to Stylish Stitches at 115 Mill Street in Olive Hill for all your high school, collegiate, and custom apparel needs. They are also the place for custom gifts and embroidery. And when you need to refuel, head to Henry's at 530 Tom T. Hall Boulevard. Whether it's Taco Tuesday, Fish Fry Friday, or juicy steaks and burgers any other day of the week, Henry's is there for the area's best food, drinks, and entertainment. Be sure to check us out on Facebook for specials or to order online. Stylish Stitches and Henry's are proud supporters of local high school sports. Heading into the bottom of the fourth inning, it's going to be Lambert, Callahan, and Hicks here for the Comets. And so the first baseman, Lambert, heading in to the batter's box. He is 0 for 2 today with a ground out and flied out to left field. Looking for his first hit this afternoon. First pitch to him is going to be low and away, ball 1. Pennington with the delivery, and that's going to catch just the corner of the plate there. So 1 ball, 1 strike here to Lambert. A 1-1 pitch. That's going to be in the dirt. So 2-1 now to Lambert. Wes Carter, as we said, having a pretty good afternoon. 8 runs off of 8 hits. Rose Hill not doing too bad. 7 hits, but not getting the same production as what Wes Carter has, still with only 3 runs here. That one's off the corner of the plate, so it's going to be 3 balls, 1 strike here to Lambert. Three-one pitch. And that is going to be ball 4. And so Lambert's going to head down to first base. And so the leadoff batter for the Comets heading on down and picks up a walk. And so that's going to be bringing up the shortstop, Trevor Callahan. He's 2 for 2 today with a triple and a double. Has an RBI and 2 runs. They chase Lambert back. Safe with a head-first slide. And first pitch here to Callahan is going to be outside, and Lambert's going to be taking on to second base. So it's going to be 1 ball, no strikes here to Callahan. And Lambert The drive-in has the food to get your day started the right way. From delicious donuts and hot coffee to mouth-watering burgers and a cold marshmallow Coke, made from natural and locally sourced ingredients. Be sure to keep an eye out for our food truck coming to a town near you. And don't forget that the sun is always out at Beach Buns Tanning. With locations at Olive Hill, Grayson, Moorhead, and Mount Sterling, we have the tanning options and lotions to give you that sun-kissed look all year round. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. Beach Buns Tanning and the Drive-In are proud supporters of local high school sports.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.